You're listening to On the Road, a podcast powered by Otto Car.
So what have you thought about these kind of the congestion charge and the ULEZ zone and stuff like that? Because there must be a little bit of a conflict.
The congestion charge. The congestion
one.
charge. So the congestion charge, I think, is absolutely fundamentally flawed because fundamentally a service like ours is transporting people around. We're not a bus service. We're not public transport. But people are using us because they need to. Nobody thinks, I'll take a taxi that I don't need to take today, or take a green tomato car that I don't need to take today. They're doing it because it's the best way to get around. I've always said, if there were enough public transport that people could do their journeys on public transport, I would happily close the doors of green tomato cars. That my best case scenario is that public transport is so good, you don't need taxis and private hire vehicles.
It's pretty good in London, right?
And you can quote me on that, but obviously
Not good enough, maybe.
Thousands of people every hour feel it isn't good enough. Sometimes they're vulnerable people, sometimes they just can't possibly use public transport, sometimes they live too far away from the connections, at unsociable hours, whatever it may be. And you need services like ours to get people around. So the idea that you would treat cars like ours the same as a private car owner who happens to decide that they're going to drive to Selfridges to do their shopping when they could just as easily have taken public transport, I think that's a mistake. I think more importantly with the ULEZ charge for private hire and the congestion charge for private hire, the big problem you have there is that the infrastructure and the vehicles simply are not in place to enable all the drivers to have plug-in vehicles and be able to charge them and be able to do their job properly.